Today's show topic is, who's the baby's daddy? Did you know he was married?
Married?
Is he a dog?
I mean, she need to stay with him.
What a perspective.
That baby metrosexual. You got Beijing in the head, man. That ain't me.
You can't talk about a baby. At the service for the kid, Raven, the 5-year-old that was shot. Also, we're praying for the 17-year-old who shot her, because really, we may lose 2 kids.
I just hope she alive.
I grew up here, and it's just getting worse and worse every day with the drug dealing and the guns and everything else. They need to do something about it.
Yes, actually, I'm the CEO of Swag Nation. It's a youth advocate association.
I'm so sick of crying. I'm devastated because I lost my house. I'm sick of all this, boy. All I want to do is get away, get away.
So tell me, Alexa, what bothers you and irritates you in schools?
Well, sometimes a lot of girls think they're better than you, and when you're fussing with them, they'll consider you as white or a cracker. And I really hate being discriminated like that because I know the color of my skin, and that should not matter to nobody.
People have been calling me black. They be saying I blend into the dark, the pavement.
The young people wearing the pants down past the butt, showing the underwear. How do you feel about that?
Don't show what you don't have.
David Simon wrote a story based on Bodie's life.
Dwight, it's extremely entertaining. I enjoy myself.
Okay.
You know, and I'm the real guy, right?
We respect your life and your stories, and we know that you're going to be one of the greatest directors. What is life like being gay?
I was always secure with myself. Never had a problem getting along with other people. Certain people that don't know me tend to get a little irritated when they see me come around.
It's a shame to say that some church leaders aren't the upstanding citizens that we believe that they are. If you could find a professional, a teacher, a counselor, if you need to talk to somebody before you talk to your parents.
Actually came out with the closet after Ellen came out.
Exactly.
Please don't think, that everybody that's gay wants you. It's never that
Thank
serious.
you.
One of the things that made me turn to God, recently my son was killed.
And I think there's a fear that exists between
Yeah,
those
and it
generations
should- yeah,
that shouldn't
yeah.
be there. Like the gentleman said, just because I come in and I have locks, and I'm refined. Don't get me wrong. I drink wine and smoke the finest cigars. Like I never smoke a marijuana blunt in my life. But you would never be able to tell that if you never just took the time to just approach the cat.
I was building my own kingdom,
Right.
And I met that crack cocaine, and in 7 years I lost everything. And I thank God for that, because those events allowed me to hit my proverbial rock bottom. And had I not hit that rock bottom with nowhere else to turn, I would have never met the one who could help me.
I disrespect my wife. I was committing adultery for the last 8 years. 6-pack, 42-inch chest, 18-inch arms, and 36 thighs.
Sound like me. Well, go ahead.
What this book offers is testimony and triumph.
And God has to bring you sometimes in a place of brokenness.
Yes.
Brokenness, so you can realize that God has a way of getting our attention.
I am bisexual.
Wow. Did Mom know this?
No, but she knows now. Hi, Mom.
Mom?
State of Maryland has conspired with Constellation Energy and BG&E to rip off working people.
But despite what anybody say, I will always be there for him. And all right. That's a man. I love you. That's a man.
Is this man and woman relationship? You are not a man?
No.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
This is a mind blower.
I'm probably bisexual. I don't know.
Now you say you don't know. Do you date guys?
What? Yeah.
And do you date girls?
No. No, I haven't.
Well, so you're confused.
No, my parents want me to be a lesbian.
Your parents want you to be lesbian?
Yeah.
That's a new one. Why?
Yeah, I know. They're like, then you won't have children, so that's good.
Pigtown John Watch is a website where we put pictures of the vehicles and/or the tag numbers of the vehicles that pick up the prostitutes.
Being the lowest man on a totem pole is just should be an expression to use to help you strive to move forward and higher in your life.
Hello, this is It's On Talk Show, and today we're at Rose Street Community Center with the family. And I'd like to introduce first Mr. C. How you doing, Mr. C?
All right, how you doing?
And also Black.
How's it going?
And Mariam. Okay, now listen. Today, Black, we want to thank you for having us here at the Rose Street Community Center. Can you tell us what goes on here at the Rose Street Community Center?
Well, one of the things go here at Rose Street Community Center, we help the youth out, help the community out, try to get back to our own kind, build up foundations. Specialized GED programs, you get ID, Social Security cards, job information, house information. Also, we got the only up and running youth shelter, because that's a good problem here in Baltimore. It's homeless youth out here. And, 18 and under, you come stay. Over a period of time, you develop some skills, get on your way, get on your feet, get a house, get yourself back on track.
Oh, that's awesome. Can you pass Mr. C? Mr. C, how you doing? You're here at the Rose Street Community Center, and so what happens here with you, Mr. C?
Well, I like to think that we continuation of the concept that was in the 60s called the extended family.
Okay.
And as those of us that's 50 or older, we can remember that our family was made up of some of everybody.
Right.
Senior citizens, children, those that's going to school, those that's out of school, but we was all considered a family. And when it came down to it, we just loved to help each other make it. And so I think that's what we're doing here at Rose Street Community Center, trying to help us continue to make it in life.
Well, that's very important, Mr. C, because it's been said it takes a village to raise a child. And I see quite a few young people here. You are helping. So Rose Street Community Center is really an awesome place. And also we have Mariam here. How you doing, Mariam?
I'm all right.
And you're part of Rose Street Community Center?
Yeah, extended part.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So how has the program here helped you?
The program is a great upliftment, especially for icons in the community such as myself that want to do some of the same things that Mr. C is doing. Even without him knowing, he plays a great mentor role, because the Rose Street Community Center is a place where you can come regardless of your background or your affiliations and still get help. And especially for the youth, especially young guys, like Black said, with a youth homeless problem, that's something that Baltimore City itself has been able to put a stamp on it.
Right.
Till this day, they still don't have research results that can actually give an estimate of how many homeless youth out here. But when you come to the Rose Street Community Center, you are able to identify not only the youth that need help, but the youth that are reaching out to get help. And he's able to provide that here by not judging us and allowing us to be us and still get that help that we deserve.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So it has really become a family to you.
Yeah, it's definitely a family setting. It's never been a time where I've came around here and been turned away, or any youth that I'm connected with ever been turned away.
So you could actually, if you know a youth that's in trouble, you can refer them here, and Mr. C and Black will help them out.
And they do.
Wow, that's awesome. Because this really needs to happen citywide, because so many youth are now in trouble. They're homeless and getting in trouble. So, Mr. Black, when a young man is in trouble, a young lady's in trouble, what do you do to help them?
Man, first of all, sit down and listen to them, and a lot of times we pay attention to their story, that everything will come unfolded, and then what you got to do is you got to show love. Not only does love, but unconditionally love. Right. And you got to treat them like family, treat them like a loved one. You got some people in your family that mess up, but you still love them.
That's right. So, Mr. C, how long have you been involved? How long has the Rose Street family been here?
Approximately 15 years.
15 years?
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you've helped a lot of people.
Well, I like to think so, and they're interested in helping themselves. So it's like a two-way street, and that's what makes it work so well.
Wow. And I mean, Baltimore City, this Mr. C, from what I hear thus far, this program needs to be really citywide, more location. Is this the only location that you have?
Yes, the only location we have, yes.
Because there's so many youth in trouble, and they need help. They're looking for somebody to help them. So, Mr. C, if there's a young person right now that's in trouble, is there a phone number you'd like to give to them, or an address where they can come for help?
Yes. 821 North Rose Street. All right, and you can also call our office phone number at 410-675-1207.
Can you say that number one again? Because it's a little slower.
410-675-1207.
Okay. Listen, we're going to be right back. We're going to come back with some young men that are taking part in this program, and the help here at the Rose Street community has been very vital to them. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back with the Rose Street Community Center, and these are some of the young people here, and I want you to meet them. What's your name, boss?
Hey, my name is Devon Scarborough. People call me Scar. People call me D for short.
Day-Day, known as Day-Day, David Ferguson. Scott Day-Day.
My name Reese.
My name's Steven.
My name Gino.
Marion again.
Hey, so guess what? So we're gonna start with who's got the mic? Let's start with you. So how has this place this Rose Street Community Center helped you?
Growing up, I didn't really have a father figure, so I used to get in trouble a lot. Oh, my bad. So I used to get in trouble a lot. The first time I came around here was actually through school. We got caught smoking under the bridge, so we had to do some community service in order not to get no time.
Right.
But Rose Street helped me get back on the right track. You know what I mean? Like, back then I just wanted to do whatever I wanted to do.
Right,
Rose Street set me back to that point where as though I've done education and stuff like that. Excuse me.
Sorry.
You gonna edit that out? But stuff like that. I get nervous in the cab with y'all.
Sorry. No, before you go, don't be nervous, because what you say can really help other young people, because a lot of young people are in that same position because they don't have a father figure and they get in trouble. So maybe you can say something to a young person that doesn't have a father to help them out. So what would you say to a young person that doesn't have a father figure and that's getting in trouble?
All I can say is if you got a dream for real, just go for it. I mean, no matter what people tell you. You feel me? You don't need your support from your family as long as you got somebody to support you. You don't need bad people to support. You need
So let me ask you, what's your dream?
Business.
Business, okay. Well, you can do it. I mean, it's out there. Take advantage, of all the opportunities you can, because your dreams can come true. Because what you just said has helped a young man, because there are so many young men that don't have a father figure. They're crying out for a father figure, and to get that attention, they do things, criminally, just to get some attention. So, they got to know that it's okay to not have a father, but there's some hope. You know what I'm saying? Because one of those same young men may grab this number and come to this community center. You just helped somebody. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Good past him. So tell me, what's your name again?
My name Reese.
Reese, hey Reese, how you doing?
Oh,
So
yeah.
Reese, how has the this center helped you?
In many ways, they helped me get my my ID, my license and stuff like that. Like a lot of people got trouble getting their credentials, you know what I mean, getting their identification, getting their social security card and stuff like that, because they don't got the support system to back them up. A lot of people, they have people that's going to support them and other things, but like financial is a big way. Right. You know what I mean? You can't be able to get the things that you really need, you know what I mean, to move on in the future and stuff like that. So they helped me get my social security card, my birth certificate, my ID and things in that nature. They had the GED class down here. A couple of people was taking a couple of GEDs. They got their GEDs down here. And it wasn't like a push, enough like that, like a rush to get it done. It was like, take your time, you get it done, you know what I mean? We had support down here. I was a big support in that somewhat, but not like majorly, because I went down here. I was ISO at another spot, but that's not here, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to mention that because I came back here from a spot that I was, because it didn't help as much as this part helped, you know what I mean? So I had to make a transition over here because I understood this part more than anybody else, because it was more like a family. Other things, like a center, they like try to force things on you, like force someone else's learning, whatever, you know what I mean, learning procedure. Like other people learn differently.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we all teach each other, you know what I mean, each one teach one.
Right. That's powerful, because it makes you're a better person. You have your credentials, you can handle your business.
Exactly.
So what would you say to a young person that's in need of some things? Would you encourage them to come to the center?
I would definitely encourage them to come to the center. And one thing about it, like, you can't be nervous. You know, the only person that can stop you from doing what you got to do is yourself. Like a lot of people gonna say things, even if you're a big mogul or something like that. A lot of people gonna say things that's gonna stop you. But you gotta find something in yourself to make yourself go. You gotta be self-motivated.
Oh man, okay, pass it on. How you doing? How's the center help you?
The center helped me a lot, you feel me? Because like first getting here, the center helped me a lot. First getting here, being frustrated, not knowing what to do. Then he talking to me, telling me like, hold on, you feel me? He basically helped me like with like going back into school, what I'm trying to do. He kept me like motivated like to do like what's good, you feel me? Keep me out of trouble. He helped me with shelton.
Okay.
You feel me? He helped me every day basically, whether I know it or not, because you learn something, you feel me? Learn something new every day, you feel me? Just talking to him, being in sometimes in 2 o'clock meetings, you feel me?
Okay.
And listen to some stuff he say.
Yeah.
He helped me with credentials, you feel me? And make like the basic needs I need, you feel
So
me?
Mr. C's been a real positive mentor. Yeah, that's awesome. Because and like I say, you're in school.
Trying to go back to school.
Trying to go back to school.
Yeah, he helped me because I do a little program there, like even though I'm like doing volunteer work, at least I'm like,
doing something positive.
Doing something positive.
Yeah, yeah. So this is really a positive place where a lot of young people need to be connected with, especially if they out in trouble. So could you encourage some young person out there in TV land if they having problems and need some help and some support? Could you encourage them to come to the center?
Yeah, I could. Yeah,
well, just tell them. There you go. Talk to them in the camera.
Well, if there's anybody out there, you feel me, having problems with at home, nowhere to stay, you feel me, you can come
821?
821 Road Street, or you can call, I don't know the number.
We'll give you that number. That's all right. But what's really important is a lot of young people, as we've just discussed, are homeless and they need help. Because they're homeless, they're forced in the drug community to try to survive. So this is a place where it's a safe haven. You follow me? Because wintertime is coming, it's going to be cold, and young people need help and support. Out there trying to fight this big world by themselves, it's rough. So I just want to give a shout out to Mr. C in Black for doing a fantastic job looking out for young people. I'm passing it down. How you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How has the center helped you?
The center helped me out a lot. It's been strong motivational. It's been a big enlightenment and inspiration to myself and a lot of young brothers and sisters in the community in the aspect of giving us something to believe in, something positive to move forward towards, whereas though a lot of people lost hope and just follow behind the masses. I say misuse and negative activity in the community. A lot of people feel as though that's all that's left out here for us. And Rose Street encouraged us to follow our dreams, not just follow our dreams, but chase them.
Yeah.
And it gives us a sense of security, a safe haven, somewhere to go. Some people that feel love when you don't have the strong backbone of family or bigger brothers and different things of that nature.
Right.
Me personally, it's been real inspiring because I've been the type of person that believe also the same way Mr. C said, it take a nation to raise a child, right?
Right.
And for a little while, I almost lost hope, like, with that, I try to motivate my peers as well as seek for the same motivational inspiration, or a positive, I say, icon, somebody to look up to you, as well as pass the torch to a younger brother.
Right.
And the same as he was saying, a lot of community centers try to force their way upon you.
Right.
But Rose Street, they leave it open for you to express yourself, as well as instill some type of morals, so taking it back to the essence of the way things used to be and should be nowadays.
Yeah, yeah. So, it's interesting. I just had a thought. What about a child who has loving parents, but they're acting crazy, getting in trouble, and they really don't have to? What could you say to that young person?
I would say you don't have to be a follower. You can be a leader. there's a lot of people out here that would want to manipulate you and make you believe this is the way of life and this is what you gotta do to survive out here, and but you really don't have to.
Right.
Being different is not wrong. You know what I'm saying? And being yourself is the best way to, find what's actually makes you happy. A lot of people walk around bitter because they've been following behind somebody else all their life and don't know which the way.
Right.
So coming to Rose Street give us the opportunity to be ourselves. You know what I mean?
I like that.
And without forcing something upon us. When a lot of sinners wanna, you gotta do it this way, or this is what you should be doing. But I have a passion to be an artist or whatever it is. They will encourage you no matter what you want to do, but as long as you're keeping it positive.
Okay, I like that, my man. Good. That's a good word. You pass to Mariam. Hey, Mariam, how you doing again?
I'm all right.
Hey, Mariam, they was telling me you had an awesome plan and vision. Could you share that?
Basically what it is, it's a community-based program. The proposal is based, but not solely based on afflicted youth as far as gang activities. What we're trying to offer, what a lot of youth or community centers don't offer, is intervention, counseling, and follow-up.
Okay.
The Rose Street Community Center has enabled me to push forward with that dream and not just have it as a proposal, but Mr. C been helping me trying to get involved with political people that can do fundraising and be a major backer so that we can make this thing citywide and then later on down the line statewide.
Right.
It's a big problem in the urban community. And unless that is something that you live with every day, regardless of how much you try to help, you will never be able to relate to what a youth goes through in day-to-day life in these city streets unless you have to live that way. You have a lot of supporters who really want to help, but the failure in helping is they don't understand.
Right.
The Rose Street Community Center is a place where you're able to vent and you don't have to isolate who you are and still be able to get help. And that's why we're trying to collaborate with what we're trying to do. It's not a piggyback organization, but the organization will be called Stop Banging and Start Moving. The object is to get afflicted youth, intervene in things such as gang activities, where you got the misconstruing of being involved with an organization and then being a gang member. It's two different things. It's not who you are that makes you what you are, it's what you do that make you who you are. A lot of people get our youth conflicted because of who they're affiliated with. Regardless of what the person doing next to you, you still stand on your own. So what we basically trying to do is not only get reform-afflicted icons of active gangs, but also active gang members that step part and say they stepping up to be productive, not only within their own organization, but within their communities. Because a lot of our misled youth don't understand how much that they take from our urban people each and every day.
Yeah, because...
But that's because it's a lot of icons in the streets that don't understand the leadership and what they withhold. And they allow our young brothers and sisters to make those same mistakes that they did.
Right.
So not only do we want to step out to the targeted youth, but we want to step out to those active icons. For those people out there that know you leaders, step up, guide them the right way. Don't lead your brother down the same path that you walk down because you walked that path already. You know what it's hitting for. So allow him to be different. Stop singling out the youth because he decide not to take part in negativity. That shouldn't make him no less than a man that you are. Right. So that's basically what I'm trying to establish within the organization, not only teaching youth to be different, but also teaching leaders and people that possess leadership qualities to be different and install that in other youth.
Yeah, because as I was talking to someone, and a friend of mine is of the white persuasion, and they asked me a question, and they said, John, why is it that blacks, especially gang members, attack other black people? And that is so sad. What do you think?
That's a question that we could never actually give a right or wrong answer to because you would have to base your results on the people involved. But what we have to remember is that it starts inside your home. And one thing coming up as a black individual myself, especially a black woman, you know that sometimes your home base may be broken for whatever reason, whether it be single parents, addicted guardians, and then it spills out into the communities.
Yeah.
That's why we must build a unity within communities, not just within your home, not with just in your neighborhood. With every person that you come in contact with, it should be a lesson learned both ways, so that we're able to cut down on the genocide, because that's what it is. It's modern day genocide. you know, and not to be racial, but it's a lot of different races that's looking forward to us killing ourselves.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, you know what? You know, the Ku Klux Klans, they celebrate monthly, go around find out the stats of each state, the same blacks killed one another, and they celebrate.
And that's why we need community leaders to step up and become related to what's going on in the urban streets. We need them to be more than investors and behind the scene collaborators. We need them to step up and become related and listen to these youth out here, because they're targeting each other because they're the ones that's out here dealing with it. You know, it's spilling over black man, because we're the ones that's out here suffering.
But what could you say to the fellows in TV land about to stop hurting one another?
Step up, you know that the unity begins with you, because regardless of what he may look like on the outside and the inside, y'all heart pumping the same thing. And at the end of the day, it's our race that's dying off in numbers.
Right.
You know, we already suffer with epidemics such as HIV and so many health-based problems. Why would we want to inflict those problems on ourselves?
Right.
You know, regardless of what you may feel your belief is, at the end of the day, when society look at you, you fall in the same statistic category.
Absolutely.
And that's an urban black man.
That's right.
And the man standing next to you ain't got no better chance when going in front of anybody else than you.
And you know, here's some statistics. Right now, major corporations are invested in jails so that inmates can make products. What, they make $2 a day?
Yeah.
But they will not hire that same person out of jail in their companies, making $15, $14 an hour. Do you understand? Yeah. So the women are especially going to jail at a higher rate of men, because women are more disciplined in jail, so they can do better jobs in jail. You follow me? So these are statistics that are realistic, and I tell you, they are building more jails right now for us.
For the people who don't want to be real with what's going on, what they've dubbed as the penal and the correctional system is just modern day plantation.
It is. It's basically, when you're in jail, you're a slave.
Yeah. All day long.
That's right.
But that's what I say with the communities. You know, city leaders, those people that share the leadership, need to step up and keep our youth from going there. Absolutely. Because a lot of people that share criminal backgrounds as adults, it become accustomed as a juvenile. You know, in the penal system as a juvenile and as an adult is two different things. So when you got a youth that's going in like a revolving door in the penal system as a juvenile, they become accustomed to that way of life, because it's just a slap on the wrist, just like with a baby, you know. But when they become accustomed, then they also targeted themselves for further felony convictions or incarcerations that won't serve the same penalties as a juvenile.
But here's the strategy. They allow them to come in and out of jail so they can be familiar with it. So therefore, they can continue and perpetuate crime constantly, because they know that as an adult, they're going to get them for some years. And they're going to just work as a slave, making a product for a company that's making thousands and millions of dollars. You follow me? Hold your thought. My man, what really disgusts you? What aches you? What are you tired of seeing in this world?
In this world, I'm tired of seeing homeless people, as far as youth anyway. Like, the way, like, the city got money to, like, get money for a new youth jail. Yeah. That's going to cost, like, what, like $1.5 million or something like that, around that number. So it's though, like, but they ain't got no money for resources for jobs or nothing. They ain't got no way of, like, helping young people live, or, like, if you grow old out the system and you ain't got, like, eligibility to, like, get resources over a certain age, or basically, like, youth period ain't got resources that adults got. Right. Like they got Code Blue. They building a new one, but they building one for the adults. They got where the little youth resources come in at for real. They always having meetings about it, talking about how they gonna do this proposal or do that proposal, but they don't ever get nothing done for the youth for real. Whereas those it's like I feel as though the youth is the most important, because that's where the future at. Cause not saying old people ain't gonna be here that long, but I'm saying though, I'm saying though, no offense, but I mean, when you got the young kids, you gotta treat them like they like you want the world to be when you gone. You feel me?
That's right.
And
That's right.
how your kids don't want, how you want your kids to live. You feel me? If you ain't got no resources for them, then they gotta wait till they all grown up, don't really know nothing, ain't really had an opportunity to get what they was supposed to get done. They was always told you can do this and you can do that, but they never like had nobody really take their hand and guide them down that road. You feel me? They just got somebody that's just like, all right, you can go do the bad thing about it.
I'm sorry.
I'm tired. Like, as far as I want to see change, cause
What would you like to see change?
as far as even talking about how youth and all that, we do need more resources, and I think it's sad how you gotta have AIDS or certain cases, or you gotta be a fiend and get help in certain ways, or get the most. But it's the truth though.
Yeah,
it really is the truth.
You got to be really bad off to get some help. You're saying. Yeah.
You gotta be real at your lawyers to get help. You feel me? Like, and that's why I really kind of like. That's why I really like kind of like Rose Street, because I was kind of bad off, but I don't really think I was like that bad off, and that's why I really kind of like Rose Street, because at least I got somewhere before I can get that bad off.
Right.
You feel me? At least.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm excited to do this show and to be here at Rose Street Community Center, because I just did not know this program existed until maybe about a month ago, because a lot of young people are in desperation and they need this help. You know, they need a Rose Street Community Center. So, I mean, you all are privileged to be here because, again, as he was saying, the political arena has not really invested like they should have in the youth.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on something that she was saying, and in the same discussion of stuff I would like to see and stuff I don't like to see in the community. And like you was asking, how does Rose Street actually help us? Not just to help us as an individual for people that need help, but as well as that, but to add to it, they help us help each other. Something we didn't speak on, but I wanted to say, it kind of slipped my mind. They also help us start our own businesses.
Is that
That's
right?
been something that we've been pushing for over 2-3 years now, with our organization called YAR Youth as Resources.
Okay.
And just taking it to the next level is one thing when you go somewhere for help, and a lot of places they want to force their way upon you, but don't know what you actually been through, but trying to tell you, oh, well, this is what you need to do, and this is how it should be, and that and the third, but not walk in the footsteps of it. They help us as well as pushing us forward to the next level, not just, well, all right, now that you got a job, you good. No, what you gonna do? What's your next step?
Right.
Up. And that's what I believe we really need in the community. People to encourage us to not just follow our dream, like I said, chase them. You know, you can get to one level and say, all right, I'm good, but you're not good. There's a lot of people around us, like I said, they don't help us just individually, but to help us to have the mind and hindsight to help each other, that unity base, to build that brotherhood, that family with each other.
What Rose Street, like he be saying about Rose Street, like that's not how you go to a certain organization, you mess up this amount of times, they through with you, you feel me?
Right.
No, there's a seat and Rose Street Prairie, they give you opportunities, no matter. You can do the dumbest thing in the world where as though you know you messed up, you feel me? He's still gonna look out like, all right, I'm gonna give you a chance, you feel me? He ain't just going straight up, you gotta go kick you out the door or nothing.
Right. It's love.
I mean, you
That's
feel
the love.
like, yeah, he show you love, yeah. It's like, if you need this, if you need bus fare to get all the way over west, and he got it, he gonna give it to you. No matter what you ask for, where you gotta go at, how you gotta get it, what you gotta do. They willing to help you, like, out of state wise, in state, I mean, wherever you like if you're not even from Baltimore and you come into the program, we willing to help. And whereas though like your birth certificate and your information out of state, like where it gets to transportation, he'll help you get out there and all of that.
Yeah.
He help you with different types of resources, and he won't give up on you.
Right. That's important.
And I guarantee he pray for you all the time.
Is that right? Well, you know, prayer is always so important, you know, and it's like, you know, this is a place of hope, and you know, it's like hope, faith, it all works hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? This my man over here, he look not feeling well. And I just want to acknowledge him though. He's not feeling.
All right.
He said, "Hey, to grandma." We want Mr. C want to say something. We're gonna walk up here, Mr. C. Okay.
I just like for the audience to support her in her proposal because it's brand, it's what we need. The opportunity is coming from the next generation. It ain't coming from us older heads. It's coming from the young people. So we gotta support that proposal. And I would like for her to give a number that people can call to help support that, because we're gonna support it 100%. I'm sorry, I gotta do it, okay? Because it's awesome the idea that she have is coming straight from the heart of the young people. So, do you have a number, somebody wanna support that proposal or make a donation or whatever?
We want to. Yeah, no, but Mr. C, but I just want to say to you and Mr. Black that I'm so proud of you, gentlemen, and what you're doing. You're reviving young people where so many political folks have given up on them. You guys give them hope. You know what I'm saying? So I look at you guys as great supermen to show, and because you show love. Love is one of the most powerful things that there is, because so many young men and women are fatherless and motherless and some homeless, but you all open your arms. I mean, I honor both of you and I respect both of you for what you're doing, because there's a lot of other young people in trouble and they need you. You know what I'm saying? And I know you all will open your arms and receive them. You follow me? Hey, we want to ask, come here, sweetheart. Mr. C is really interested in supporting what you're trying to do, and I want you to know I'm proud of you. It's always a pleasure when young people have a vision for a better tomorrow. You follow me? So why don't you give your information so you can get some help and some support?
All right. Well, y'all already know my name, Marion Dalton. I could be contacted at 443-723-3662. We basically looking for any positive individuals that believe in our movement. We try and get our youth off the streets, but not only get them off the streets, keep them off the streets. Send them out here with some leadership skills and transitional skills where they can actually get forth in corporate America and they don't have to keep on relying on negativity and active crime to get by in life. Teach them a different way and just give them other opportunities to take in life.
And you ask the political people like,
be proactive. All you political head leaders out there, be proactive. Don't keep on waiting for us to get records and become accustomed to living the life that we live in, especially those that are willful to make a change but just don't have the resources to make a change. You know, everybody always say that the children are the future. It starts here. You got to come out here, be proactive. Get into the youth. Find out what it is that they want to do. Don't always make it about your statistics and your votes. You know, get into that person one by one. Teach them something and learn something, so that way that we all can come together with an actual unity and build.
Can you give me one more time?
I want to make one more announcement. Because, we're asking other people to support, okay? We're going to make our commitment right now over a period of 6 months, all right? 6 month period. We're going to donate at least $1,000 to your proposal.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We're going to start tonight because what she's doing is real. And we believe in you, and you're going to make a change in our community. Right?
Mr. C, you just made history. That's the first time that has ever happened on the show. And again, I salute you again, Mr. C. This man believes in young people. And can people donate to your program?
Yeah, they can donate to our program, but we want to get hers off the ground.
Okay.
Because she's the future.
She's the future. So why don't you give your number one more time?
443-721-3662. I can also be reached on Yahoo at DAUGHTONMARION, and that's at yahoo.com.
So, listen, we're gonna thank you all, but for this program, because this is young people in action. They want to move forward. They need your help, your support, and especially your love. Here at the Rose Street Center, this man, Mr. C, and this man, Mr. Black, they are showing love. Give them love and support, and this young lady, because this is our future. And without the help and support, they can't make it. So, this show has been so awesome because you've seen young people in action doing some right things there. They may have had some difficult days in their past, but now they're looking forward to the future, and they are determined to make it. They want to be business leaders, community leaders, and they need your help, your love, and your support. Listen, we'll be right back. Hey, this is It's On Talk Show, and today we are at Rose Street Community Center. These youth are doing some positive things, and I have Reese here. He can rap, he can throw down. I'm gonna let you do your thing. Do your thing, man.
All right, man.
I live in a small city, door lights, friends with your ego. You can know them all, but who's your amigo? Behold, the futures in your soul, not the clothes. And besides, where you see a tuck shirt, drop fries. Baby sit, rent due, stomach start to rumbling. Tell me who it is to do when no money coming in. Tell a preacher what it is, and all he says, come repent. But if it ain't easy, then tell me why you struggling. Yeah, and that's just the way it is. Okay, second verse, it's like, okay. My ancestors say we a lost generation with no help from you, so be patient. Stressful enough for us to go to school now. Lead, paint, poison, hard to buckle down. Gotta get this job, try to keep up with the thread game. Cause if it ain't name brand, you ain't got a game plan. The city had a committee to close down the Rex. You were just viewing the news while your actions care less. And they practicing their class with the entire neighborhood. Zeke can't read but supply the whole neighborhood. Young brother struggling, father with no father, but it's harder for independent single baby mama. Yeah. And that's me.
Hey, that's Reese. That was tight, man. Fantastic. Good job, man. We'll be right back. Hey, this is It's On Talk Show, and today the show is at the Rose Street Center. I tell you, Mr. C and Black doing some fantastic things to help our young people out. It is an awesome program. And I ask you to please support these folks. And I have here Davon, and Davon is a rapper. He gonna do his thing. Davon, do your thing, man.
Hey, first of all, we'd like to thank Deep Flow TV, Rose Street, Black and their family, and also we'll drop a little lead, Baltimore Arts and Cultural Center, started by Youth Resource and brought to us by Black and the Rose Street Community Center, really helping us out. One time for your mind like freeze frame. I guess you put my picture like ice to your membrane. I got flows insane, styles like call me Mr. Frosty, cause I got them in every flavor. But come on player, don't you hate me, I'm your neighbor. When I just keep it, and if you keep on keeping it, I push you in the sleeper. Cause I'm a firm believer to stand for something or else you fall for anything. A few lines for your mind, think about that.
Nice.
All right. Hey, and we're back, and we thank you, Reese. Devon, hey Devon, good. Thank you, man. I'm real proud of you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. You send out some positive energies, man, to a lot of people. So keep stay in the right direction.
Baltimore Arts and Culture Center upcoming. Be in the neighborhood near you, saying. Culture development, community empowerment through the arts and education, promoting entrepreneurship.
All right. Hey, listen. We want to thank you all for viewing in tonight. We're here at the Rose Street Community Center. Mr. Black and Mr. C, they're doing some awesome things, helping young people, fulfilling young people's dreams, taking them to the next level. So I wanted you to show a lot of love, and I want to thank you all for viewing in today. Again, thank you, Mr. C and Black. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great thing, and God bless you. Peace, and I'm out.
I want to add one thing.
Okay.
I want them to know that Stop Moving, Stop Banging, Start Moving is going to be brought to you by Power Rouge.
Okay.
And given the acronym for it. Power Rouge is preventing ignorance respectively through
how much more time we got?
unity and schooling.
Hey, this is On Talk Show, and we're back here at the Rose Street Community Center. I'm with Black and the crew. We're walking down the street. Black, what's going on? Tell me something, Black. Here over East Baltimore, everybody's complaining about the violence, the shooting, the drug selling, the gangs, and you're here right in the mix of it all, Black. Are you afraid?
No, not really, because this is the community I grew up in, So why not give back to a community where I see they're struggling, and I see that, first of all, it's homeless,
Yeah.
You got young kids out here being misled, being misguided, joining in, clicking up for the wrong reasons. You got the drug user, you got the drug dealer. Here,
right.
Everybody don't have no face value. It's like a sanctuary. You can come back, get yourself together, second chance.
Right.
And a lot of times, right, I go out to the community. So I don't like standing behind the desk. I like going up close to a person. I come knock on your door.
That's
I
right.
come walk down your block. If I don't see you a couple of days, I come check on you. I consider family as a tight unit.
Mm-hmm.
And without the head, the body won't move itself.
Right.
And I feel myself as the head.
Okay.
And this community is my body. Especially when these stores I done went to, these streets I done walked on, these schools I done grew up in, these bus stops I done been on, and I've been here now 30-something years now, and I've seen things to change. I mean, used to time, like the area we walking at right now, You know, this is open air drug market. You know, this used to be called Cash Land.
Is that right?
Yeah, you know, used to be drugs real heavy on this block. Even when this community started 15 years ago, community center, you know, we had problems at first,
Right.
but as things start to progress and see what we here for, what we stand for, there was some of them coming to us when they was in the bind, when they was down. And the
Right.
same people we had a conflict with,
Right.
we showed love to, we embraced them.
Uh-huh.
And ever since that day, you know, it's been a snowball effect.
Right.
It's all built on a relationship, you know, being honest with somebody, being truthful with somebody. Even sometimes the truth hurts. You gotta let the person know, you know, up front instead of misguide them, mislead them. Just tell them straight how it is.
Right. Now, you know, I'm looking here. Here we are on Rose and Madison, right?
Right.
I know Monument Street, the next block down, and there's so many problems, man. I see churches, man. Are they, are they really helping? What are they coming out there full walls to help and show love?
That come on the aspect of when you ask them, was he scared? You know, that's why I encourage community leaders and statewide leaders to step up. He don't have a reason to be scared because he related to what's going on out
Right.
here. You only fear what you don't understand, and because he took that initiative to understand each and every youth he come in contact with, he could walk the streets with no fear. The only person that's silly enough to walk around here in fear is a person that don't understand the urban youth in which that they keep on saying are gang related. You know, it's a reason in which you become accustomed to the behaviors that fit you in a category. You
Right.
know, in order for you to not fear, you got to understand. And that's why he not afraid to walk the city streets, because he understand what we dealing with out here.
And
Rose Street offer a couple of things. Like they put us in, him and this little BHYI thing, Baltimore Homeless Youth Initiative. And then we work with this lady named Ms. Marilyn Shaw. She do youth rights outreach and advocates and stuff like that, help young people in high school get jobs. And Rose Street got us connected to them for real.
Well, tell me something. I mean, around here, I've heard a lot of problems where the police are disrespecting the youth, the adults. So what's going on with the police? Are they really policing, or are they community activists?
Well, how the police supposed to do around here, right? How it's supposed to go? They're supposed to protect and serve, right? But it's hard to protect and serve if you're not from this community. You ride around and think everybody's suspect. You know.
So you're saying right now we're on this corner of Madison and Rose. The police would probably come here right now.
Supposed to come here right now. Have all us put our hands up. We gotta show our ID.
And see, that's why we need to understand it. You got gang task force and you got this task force, but they don't understand what's going on out here. Every youth that you see on the corner is not subject to being a drug dealer.
Right.
He just familiarized with his community, and whatever is going on in the house, he not comfortable with being in the house, so he find his admiration and inspiration in the streets. Not saying that he out here taking part in negative activities, but this is a person where he can find his haven at, you know, where he's able to see a person even if it's not somebody that he related to, and that he know that they understand what he's going through, and just for that second he's secure.
Right. And, you know, just like the incident happened up at John Hopkins Hospital where the man police shot his mother in the south. You know, I believe the police think every time there's a gun shooting, they think it's a young person.
Yeah.
A young black male in particular.
As they call it, number one.
The number one male. So what would you say to the police for them to understand who you are and not to bother you, because you guys are not drug dealers, you're not those mean people.
Stop profiling.
We just like you. We just like you. We put our pants on just like you. We don't shine our badge because we don't have one. But just like you have kids, we are someone else's child. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless whether you've seen us every day, because you do see us every day, and you know who we are, and you know who the people are that you're looking for, but you always just harass because you're mad. It's not that way.
Take initiative. That's what I tell the police. Take initiative. You know, be investigative. Sherlock Holmes did it. You got a lot of great detectives and investigators. Use your skills. Exercise what you was taught in the academy. You know, every black male is not a suspect. You know, every black youth is not prone to violence, drug activities just because you see them on the city streets. Be proactive. Stop profiling. You know, don't make your lives hard just to make your job easy. Do your jobs. You know. Survey your surroundings and understand what you got going on around.
Like when you went to go to police academy, I ain't say, well, every black person is a suspect.
Right.
That wasn't your main priority for going to be a policeman. You feel me? There you go right there.
So Black, what would you say to the police commissioner if you had an opportunity to speak to him?
Man, what I would ask him to do is come down and give us a chance, man. Give us a different way, man. Come down, see how we living down here in the community.
Has the police commissioner ever came to Rose Street Community Center to talk with you or meet with you all?
No.
Never.
maybe the
Closest we
show.
say, the police commissioner here is Patterson Park, and it took for them to say that we was racially profiling Hondurans to get him down here. And that was in a press conference.
Is that right?
My shout out to the commissioner is step up, come holler at us at the Rose Street community, you know. Instead of the gang task force, get a youth task force. Come out, find out what we're doing so you can give your police officers a better understanding of what we trying to get done out here.
So Black, what we'll do as a talk show, it's on talk show, we'll call the police commissioner and have him to come to the Rose Street Community Center.
That'll work.
And talk with you all so they can get a better understanding as to what you all are doing and that you all are not violent. You're doing some positive things. You're uplifting young people. You're educating them. You have living quarters for them. And many positive things, and not the negative things.
I'll be looking forward to that one there.
So I commit to you that It's On Talk Show will do that because we believe in all the young people to be great citizens of Baltimore and to be highly productive. And I'm just so proud as I look around to see these young people positive. They're doing good things. Right. And it's partly because of you and Mr. C. And again, we applaud you. And this young lady, we know her program, Mr. C committed
so look out for the Rose Street collaboration. Stop banging, start moving. Brought to you straight by PARUs. That's preventing ignorance respectively through unity and schooling. We out here and we trying to do something different. Step up, be proactive, and invest in us. We are the future.
You hear that?
We are the future.
They the future.
You hear that?
So invest in them. Love them. And I'm asking fathers again. Please, please love your children. Spend time with your children. Commit yourself to your children because they need you. It is you, the parents, the community, that have to step up and love these people and these brothers and sisters because they need your help and support. So Black, again, I want to thank you and Rose Street Community Center for all that you're doing. And you're going to do, and I know the future is going to be even greater. Because this show is so purposeful. Because now the city has had an opportunity to see that all young people are not bad, even when they have some bad luck.
Right.
Fortunately, there's Rose Street Community Center at 821 North Rose Street to help them. So can you just let any young person that's in trouble, could you encourage them to come to your center and give your number?
To my brothers, to my sisters, those of y'all in need, man, trying to get yourself a second chance. Y'all tired of the running around. You're tired of people keep telling you they got something for you and they don't really have it. Come holler at me, 821 North Rose Street. Phone number is 410-675-1207.
Again, this is It's On Talk Show. And again, I want to thank everyone in TV land for observing this show today because it's so important. Now you know that all youth are not bad. They're not all in gangs. They're not violent. They're not in jail. They're learning, and they have support with the Rose Street Community Center. So again, we want to thank you for this opportunity and always show love to young people. Peace, and I'm out. Much love.
Peace. All right.
Hey, thanks everybody. Today's show topic is, who's the baby's daddy? Did you know he was married?
Married? Is he a dog?
I mean, she need to stay with him.
What a perspective.
That baby metrosexual. He got Beijing in the head, man. That ain't me.
You can't talk about a baby. At the service for the kid Raven, the 5-year-old that was shot. Also, we're praying for the 17-year-old who shot her because really we may lose 2 kids.
I just hope she alive. I grew up here and it's just getting worse and worse every day with the drug dealing and the guns and everything else. They need to do something about it.
Yes, actually, I'm the CEO of Swag Nation. It's a youth advocate association.
I'm so sick of crying. I'm devastated because I lost my house. I'm sick of all this, boy. All I want to do is get away, get away.
So tell me, Alexa, what bothers you and irritates you in schools?
Well, sometimes a lot of girls think they're better than you, and when you're fussing with them, they'll consider you as white or a cracker. And I really hate being discriminated like that because I know the color of my skin, and that should not matter to nobody.
People have been calling me black. They be saying I blend into the dark, the pavement.
The young people wearing the pants down past the butt, showing the underwear. How do you feel about that?
Don't show what you don't have.
David Simon wrote a story based on Bodie's life.
Why? It's extremely entertaining. I enjoy myself.
Okay.
And I'm the real guy, right?
We respect your life and your stories, and we know that you're going to be one of the greatest directors. What is life like being gay?
I was always secure with myself. Never had a problem getting along with other people. Certain people that don't know me tend to get a little irritated when they see me come around.
It's a shame to say that some church leaders aren't the upstanding citizens that we believe that they are. If you could find a professional, a teacher, a counselor, if you need to talk to somebody before you talk to your parents.
Actually came out with the closet after Ellen came out.
Exactly.
Please don't think, that everybody that's gay wants you. It's never that serious.
Well, one of the things that made me turn to God, recently my son was killed.
And I think there's a fear that exists between those generations that shouldn't be there. Like the gentleman said, just because I come in and I have locks, and I'm refined, don't get me wrong. I drink wine and smoke the finest cigars. Like I never smoke a marijuana blunt in my life. But you would never be able to tell that if you never just took the time to just approach the cat.
I was building my own kingdom, and I met that crack cocaine, and in 7 years I lost everything. And I thank God for that, because those events allowed me to hit my proverbial rock bottom. And had I not hit that rock bottom with nowhere else to turn, I would have never met the one who could help me.
I disrespect my wife. I was committing adultery for the last 8 years. 6-pack, 42-inch chest, 18-inch arms, and 36 thighs.
Sound like me. Well, go ahead.
What this book offers is testimony and triumph.
And God has to bring you sometimes in a place of brokenness.
Yes.
Brokenness, so you can realize that God has a way of getting our attention.
I am bisexual.
Wow. Did Mom know this?
No, but she knows now. Hi, Mom.
Mom?
But,
the state of Maryland has conspired with Constellation Energy and BG&E to rip off working people.
But despite what anybody say, I will always be there for him. And all right. That's a man. I love him. That's a man.
Is this man and woman relationship? You are not a man?
No.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
This is a mind blower.
I'm probably bisexual. I don't know.
Now you say you don't know. Do you date guys?
What? Yeah.
And do you date girls?
No. No, I haven't.
Well, so you're confused.
No, my parents want me to be a lesbian.
Your parents want you to be lesbian?
Yeah.
That's a new one. Why?
Yeah, I know. They're like, then you won't have children, so that's good.
Pigtown John Watch is a website where we put pictures of the vehicles and/or the tag numbers of the vehicles that pick up the prostitutes.
Being the lowest man on a totem pole is just should be an expression to use to help you strive to move forward and higher in your life.